Hello, this is Nitin Dahad with EE Times. I'm here with Imec at the ITF USA and with the current CEO Luc Vandenameele and the incoming CEO from April 2026, Patrick Vandenameele. And hello, how are you?
Hi Nitin, we're fine, thank you.
Good. So it's been a busy day for you with Imec ITF USA. Tell me what's been the highlight and what do you think are some of the things that you've been seeing today?
Well, the highlight of course is these days all talking about AI and how chip technology and AI models and chip architecture all come together, and we need innovations at all levels in order to kind of create this exponential increase in demand for AI. So it's the hot topic of the event.
And I mean, we've been seeing since when it was ITF in Belgium, we've been seeing quite a lot of implementation of things like chiplets and advanced packaging in some of the things coming out anyway.
Yeah, indeed. So it's going to be, as I said, a combination of many aspects. I'm very convinced that AI is going to create a very strong driver for what we used to call Moore's Law, and people have said so many times Moore's Law is dead. Well, I believe it's alive more than ever, but it's going to be implemented in not only by lithography-based scaling, but also 3D, all kinds of form of 3D, and we see step by step more implementation of this.
And I mean, you talked to a lot of people, and you had Intel, you had everybody here. What are the things that people are saying right now in the current industry sort of topics that are hot? Well, apart from AI.
Yeah, apart from AI, I think that the industry overall is doing quite well, of course, thanks to AI. But what you've seen recently is, I think, a lot of collaboration among many partners across the value chain.
Right.
And that's basically what Imec stands for. So I think our program is active more than ever, as I think in order to create the innovations that are needed to tackle this demand, everybody has to work together because we have to accelerate the innovation process.
Right. Now let's talk a little bit about your background, Patrick, because you're coming into this role in April 2026 as CEO, and Luc will take over as chairman. Just tell us a little bit about your journey, because you've kind of got a journey that's fit for purpose for this.
Yes, so I have joined Imec back in 1996 as a PhD student. I've been working in the systems part of Imec, and I worked on a topic that was very relevant at the time, wireless LAN, Wi-Fi, that many people know. And I joined the first startup at that time. I actually founded the Belgian entity for that startup.
Yep.
And this became a story that I repeated several times. So I did in total 4 startups, 3 of which with Imec technology. So I've seen Imec from the outside as an entrepreneur, worked with Imec to get the seeds for the technology. But then also I lived in 2 multinationals that acquired 2 of the startups. And so there I've also been able, of course, to translate this then into actual products.
And I think you were like pulled in with Imec Ventures initially as well. Yeah,
very good point. So then 10 years ago, when Imec decided to step up our ambition in venturing, I joined Imec to do just that. And frankly, my idea at that time was, okay, I'll do this for a few years, and I was very open also to Luc about this. And I may join one of the startups again, but then he convinced me to take care of his startup.
That's a good thing about the industry. You can get convinced very easily. So, what do you think are going to be your key challenges or things that you want to address as you take over next year in April?
Well, so first, and I'm sorry to come back to AI, but it is almost like Imec, after 41 years, has found the killer application for everything we've been doing, right? So the need for scaling, the need for power efficiency has never been harder than it is today. And so, we do that bleeding edge research, so we're going to continue exactly that with all our partners. That's one. But then I liked the presentation of Lee Boutin, who was showing how much of the innovation is also happening in startups. And I do think I can bring part of my background also in there, we've been also doing some of that, of course, recently ourselves. We've done 17 startups in the last few years.
How's your relationship going to be now with Luc? Maybe, Luc, you can talk a little bit about what your role will be as chairman, because until now, I think, the chairman Imec role was not that big, but now it's going to be bigger with you involved.
Yeah, sure, I guess so. I've been with Imec now for 41 years from the start. I was part of the starting team, and I've been CEO for 17 years. So I felt that the time is right now to kind of hand over kind of the day-to-day leadership and the responsibility to my successor, Patrick. But I will stay strongly involved. As a chairman, I will support Patrick in developing kind of a long-term strategy together with him and his team. And I will focus very much on kind of external stakeholder management. So I will stay strongly involved, but I will hand over the full responsibility to Patrick.
Now, when you say that, I think it's quite important, and you mentioned it earlier, collaboration is key here, but your role in terms of enabling strategic engagements is going to be even bigger now to enable lots of things, including the technology development.
Sure, absolutely. I think global collaboration has brought this industry to where we are today. I mean, this innovation would not have been able to innovate as much if we were not able to collaborate and to specialize, because in order to tackle the phenomenal challenges that this industry is facing, we have to combine the best of the best. And it's impossible for every region to be best in everything. So we can only keep this pace of innovation if we combine the best of the best across the world. So I'm a strong believer in global collaboration, and that is one of the things I will focus on in my new role, is to make sure that we kind of connect the dots across the world.
Now I'm going to ask Patrick a very tough question. What are you going to change?
Well, I am going to make sure I don't change what works to start with, as I mentioned before. But we have been actually working together already quite intensely. So I don't know if you know, but we have reorganized Imec significantly in the last 2 years.
Okay.
Of course, me, but also the rest of the executive team, we have been very deeply involved in that and doing this together already for some time. So I would say that change has happened. I've been extremely deeply involved in it, and we are carrying that one forward.
And Luc wants to add to that.
Yeah, so I think that as the model of Imec is so much based on building trust relationships with all our partners, we have orchestrated this transition with a very strong focus on stability and continuity.
Yeah.
That's why Patrick has been, this is not a plan that we thought of a few months ago. It is a plan that has been in the works for several years. And so Patrick has been fully involved in building the strategy over the last couple of years. And so that's how we can now implement a very smooth transition with the goal to build on our track record and also honor these trust relationships that we built up with so many partners. So, and I believe that now with kind of the industry being on a pivotal moment where AI, but also the drive from systems becomes so important, I think it's the right moment to bring in somebody like Patrick with a background in kind of circuit architecture, because this is becoming even more important than ever before. My background was on the process technology.
Yes.
I think now with AI, I think it's so important to have somebody with circuit background, and I believe that Patrick has built up brought in this experience already over the past few years, and that allows us to make a very gradual transition.
Well, I think one of the things about that thing that you do well is things like ITF. It's quite a good platform, isn't it, to get people talking to each other?
Absolutely, it's amazing every time. Yes, we can only be proud of this. This is, of course, an entire team behind Catherine working on this, and very happy to see the outcome.
Well, Patrick and Luc, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.